This is BreakmanX, and welcome to the game show on July 30th, 2025. And there's less of us here. We're dropping like flies. How are you doing this evening, Jack?
Doing great. I'll get into it here in a minute, but I would love to regale you all with a tale from this past weekend in St. Louis.
Oh, I'm excited. I'll get the campfire ready. It's going to be good. And Jess, how are you doing this evening? No tsunamis, hopefully, have befallen you.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Survived my very first tsunami advisory as a Kansan who has spent her entire life as landlocked gets. But in all seriousness, it seems like everybody is okay with all of the natural disasters that have happened the last couple days. So very happy for that.
Don't have any more.
Yeah, they should just tell them to quit it.
Stop it. Just stop.
I really love that plan. I think that's a great idea.
No more. But of course, we're sad to miss the other host this evening, but we're going to have a really fun time with Jack, Jess, and myself. We are going to talk about recent Nintendo games of the last 10 years. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The game show is a celebration of video games and our collective interest mixed with a healthy dose of humor while bringing in our favorite people in the game and movie industries on as guests, but not tonight. So
it's
Jack,
just us tonight.
Yes, it's just us tonight. You're gonna have to be okay with that. Jack, I want you to regale us with your story.
All right, so just a little bit of background. So my brother and I, so I'm now 43. My brother's 40. Last year, my brother had knee surgery so he's got 2 fake knees. Growing up, I played volleyball. I still play volleyball. He did too. Our whole family's into it. So we took the kids over. We went over to St. Louis over this past weekend to visit my brother and his family. It was a really good time. Friday night. Or Friday afternoon, I should say, or just sitting around, kind of just BSing, and like, what are we going to do tonight? And there's a quads draw tournament down the street for like $15 entry for a team of 2. And we're like, well, okay, are we going to do this? And next thing I know, we pack all the kids in the car. We go down to the sand volleyball courts that are, 15 minutes away, sign up, and me and my brother are playing in a quad sand tournament, and he has not played in over 18 months because of his knees. So like for 4 hours, it is 90 plus degrees. It is like 90% humidity, and we're just getting drenched with sweat. We're playing like kids that are like straight out of college. We're playing 2 guys from Mizzou that played on their club team not even 10 years ago. Like just some really heavy competition.
Jeez.
Yeah,
intense.
we were kind of surprised. 8 teams. My brother and I ended up placing 3rd, and nobody got hurt. So we felt like we were kings of the world afterwards, and we celebrated by going to White Kiss, getting just the worst chicken sandwiches after we were all done. It was one of my favorite
chicken dinner.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite memories from this weekend, and it was so cool to get to do that with my brother because we just don't get to do that all the time anymore, especially just we're getting up there. I don't know how much longer we'll all be playing, so it was kind of nice.
Forever. No, that's cool. That's awesome. I saw your Facebook pictures and things from the event, so very, very cool. Awesome that you got to do that. And if you would like to participate with us, you can go and you can type right below the YouTube video, and we'll read your chat messages throughout. We'll even show you up here on the screen here for a little bit, as we can see Sketchy Ceviche is up there. It's neat. It's new. We'll see if we regret it. But it's going to be, and if you would like to like and subscribe, we would of course really appreciate that. If you do, it will actually show up here in the center if you have your privacy settings correct. And I've even added it to the solo cams because I noticed that a few people subscribed during the solo cams and they got missed doing their thing. So no matter what happens, you're there. But thank you for listening to the game show tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get into some cool stuff. So Jack, what are you playing this week?
Oh man, so believe it or not, I'm still playing Death Stranding. I am now into episode 8. I think there's like 14 or 15. So I think I'm actually on the tail end of the game, so that's nice. Also been making my way through Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I did pick up Shadow Labyrinth and start playing that. It is. I'm gonna get back to it after I finish up with Death Stranding, because I feel like it's really stiff, and I played about an hour and a half of it, and I didn't really feel a compelling reason to keep going on. I'm hoping maybe there's some balance patches or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, those are the two main ones. Well, three main ones. Bonanza's still great. I'm still having a blast with it. The kids are loving it too, which is really fun.
Nice. Awesome. This has been a really crazy week for me. So I haven't played a whole lot, but I did do some fun things. I got the mod kit for my controllers. Hopefully it shows up. So this is a original GameCube controller, the one I actually got on launch day. And I modded it, so now it's wireless. So it's, see the little blue blinky? If I had the GameCube on, it would connect to the GameCube. And it's wireless now. It still functions completely well, and it will connect to both the original GameCube, like the original GameCube, and it will also connect to the Switch too, so I can use it either way. And right now I have one little Bluetooth dongle for it, but I'm gonna install I don't know if anyone's seen the Blue Retro replacement that Laser Bear has for it, but basically to replace all the ports so you can do wireless and any controller, not just GameCube controllers, you just PS5 controller, whatever, for the original GameCube. And then if you'd plug in a normal controller, it automatically moves the wireless one to the next port. It's a pretty rad setup. But that's not all. N64. Yeah, but wait, there's more. N64 was not left out. So this is my original N64 controller from '96, when I got, the N64, and the stick had broken. And actually, I think I broke it by trying to lubricate it, and I put too much lubrication in there, and it stopped working. But anyway, I decided that I was going to fix this too, so I did the wireless mod for it as well. So it's wirelessly modded. It's got the new board in there and everything, and it also I put a Hall effect stick in. So now it's perfectly 100% functioning, and this also will work on a real N64, or it will work on anything that you want to connect it with, just like the other one. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm pretty stoked about both those, and they actually work pretty well. So we've got some messages in the chat already. Go ahead and pull those up. So 8-Bit Moss Player, well done. Main question I have is, did you have White Castle with a poop emoji, making it extra serious? So did you have White Castle?
I mean, I did have White Castle, but I explained later in the chat. No, I got the chicken sandwiches. I knew better than that. I wanted to stay as far away from the next day White Castle incidents, so I got chicken sandwiches, which low-key are the best thing on that menu.
And then J-Rod says, hand pink waving, howdy, with smiley face. And then this guy, Kevin Augsburger's made a couple comments. I don't know who that is. But if you want to write in, please do so on YouTube, and we'll show you there. And if you want to join our Discord, BreakmanX.com, and click Discord. But yeah, so Jess has been playing the Tsunami game, trying not to get swept away. So
pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you did a good job. You won. You're still here.
I did. I succeeded.
So nice. All right. So there is a Nintendo Partner Direct coming tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. This has been 8 a.m. Central. There'd been a bunch of rumors about this. I've been following that it was supposed to be a first-party one, and then now everyone's disappointed that it's a Partner Direct. But it's still going to be fun.
Yeah,
still going to be fine.
I imagine they're going to have a lot of stuff there. Like, it'll probably be, maybe it's some of the FromSoft game. Maybe it's some unannounced stuff for the Switch 2. Who knows? Yeah. We'll find out a lot more tomorrow.
Final Fantasy VIII Remake. Probably not.
Who knows?
But yeah, I don't know. That would be an interesting one to be remade.
Yeah.
But and if you want to talk about Gamescom,
Well, I mean, Gamescom is coming up soon. I think Microsoft announced a lot of what they're going to be pushing at Gamescom and showing. I think they said they're going to have Outer Worlds 2 playable. They're going to have a theater demonstration for it too. They're also going to have Hollow Knight Silksong playable. So that should be pretty exciting. And a bunch of other stuff. I mean, like they had like a full slate. So that was pretty cool, and I bet they're going to have some unannounced stuff there too. So, you know, for all the bad news around Microsoft here lately, and you know, showing off games doesn't completely 100% forgive any of that by any stretch, but it's kind of cool that they're actually going to be showing off some games out there.
Do you remember when gaming was less dramatic? Like, I mean, it's been a while. It's been. I would go back to the magazine, like the pre-internet days. Like at least. It felt like we were more disconnected from the drama.
Yeah, I think, I mean, people were just a lot less online then, so I think a lot of it was insulated behind the scenes. But yeah, it does feel like a lot of it drips over now. I
don't know. I've obviously my thoughts on the Microsoft situation have been well documented for 23 years now, but no, I want them to succeed. Like I've said, I would love Xbox to, and I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. And it seems like PlayStation is also being less, less proprietary in what they're doing. But I think it's kind of just the way things have to be now. I mean, if you go back to when the hardware was more unique among the different consoles, which was really cool. I loved when they would develop, you know, a game specifically for a console and it took advantage of the hardware, you know, but now that the consoles are, except for the Switch 2 are pretty much the same. Like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense as much to lock people out, like it used to. So, but I still would love to see them compete at least on the service level. Like Xbox Live, when it launched, and for a very long time was so far ahead of everything else with networking, and now it's all kind of the same now. Yeah. So it'd be nice to see more of that. I think it's going to be kind of not going to really matter what platform you play on, and then Nintendo's going to be the weird one.
Although, so low key, one thing that got released today. I don't know if you may have seen it, but there was a PS5 controller update that went out this morning, a firmware update.
Ooh, I like firmware updates.
That allows you to actually, like, you can, once you update it, you can actually pair it with up to 4 devices at a time. So, like your PC, your PS5, and other devices.
GameCube.
And like, yep. And so what's kind of cool is you could you essentially hold in the PlayStation button to turn it on, and then you press a face button to tell it like which device you're connecting to.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's actually really awesome because again, I've been doing weird things to my old consoles with wireless controllers. So it'd be fun to the PS5 controllers, and the it's supposed to be actually pretty awesome for some of those old systems. It'd be fun to try those out. Cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm. And there's some Evo going on this weekend. Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to with Evo? Are you going to watch the matches?
I'm going to watch. So I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed on Friday.
Oh my God.
Now
that's a match in itself.
I know. So my plan is to sit my happy, drugged up butt on the sofa Friday and watch all of the Tekken 8 that I can watch.
You need to live stream it.
I don't know about that, but I don't be surprised if I make a lot of noise in our Discord channel on video games. I will probably just be talking about any Tekken 8 match that I'm watching.
Awesome. Evo is so much fun.
Evo's what was it? I heard something like somebody's like esports are really popular. Like people love fighting. It's like no. Like fighting games are not esports. Esports is like run by scumbags in suits and slick like those are dirtbags. Like fighting game community, Evo is like run by like fun dirtbags who are gamblers anonymous. Like they just want to go have fun, play fighting games, and bet on like money matches for Marvel vs. Capcom.
Nice. Yeah, Evo, I used to watch like most of it. Now with kids and everything, I kind of tune in occasionally to see what I can see and then watch the clips later. But I just love the fact that it's broadcast. I mean, I love that you can tune in and watch these games and everything. So I just love that it exists.
I believe the top 8 for Street Fighter 6 is planned on being broadcast on ESPN2 again this year on Sunday night.
See, I love that.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I know, so all of it's streamed on Twitch. Like even like pools are going to be streamed all on Twitch. So it should be interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just planning on being a bump on a log this weekend while I recover. And so I'm going to watch Tekken 8. I'm going to watch Street Fighter 6. I'm going to watch Mortal Kombat 1 probably. I think there's some Killer Instinct stuff too, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So that should be a full weekend.
What'd you think of that trailer?
Games.
By the way, the Mortal Kombat movie trailer.
I think it looks great. I think, okay, spoilers, but like they build up the audience stand-in character in the first one. Cole, I think is his name. Mm-hmm. But they build him up as kind of like, is he like, who is he going to be? And it's just kind of a nobody. And like the trailer that they put out is all Johnny Cage. I'm like, okay, I like Johnny Cage. Like this looks like they've nailed the tone for this silly thing. And I think it looks good, but I'm just like, are they just like throwing out Cole, or is Cole gonna get killed off in the first 5 minutes and so like, it's Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage.
Who cares about Cole anymore? So.
I did like that other movie though, that first one.
Yeah,
I was pretty surprised by it. I wasn't expecting it to be really much. And the whole BreakwomanX loved it, BreakboyX loved it. My mother-in-law came and BreakwomanX was really wanting to show it to her, and she loved it too. So it's good. And I love Sub-Zero in that, and to see in the trailer that Noob Saibot is going to be. It's going to arrive, because I used to love to play as Noob Saibot sometimes when I wanted to be cheap.
I think I'll tell you what, as somebody that is a big Mortal Kombat fan, you've got in September, or probably around September, you've got that Mortal Kombat collection that's going to be releasing. Yeah. Like MK 1 through 4. And then you're going to have the movie right after that. I think it's going to be a really, really fun holiday, or fall for any Mortal Kombat fan.
For sure. I love Mortal Kombat as well. Going back in the years when that first game came out, my neighbor rented it, and my parents had forbid me from playing it. So I go over there and play it, and then I eventually got it for like a present. But I loved the first two especially, and then I got 3 on the PlayStation when it launched, and then of course all the arcade ones. But I even watched, I don't know if you watched that terrible TV show Mortal Kombat Conquest back in the day.
No.
Yeah, it probably is okay that you didn't, but there was like a hokey show, Mortal Kombat Conquest, on like USA or something. And it wasn't very good, but it was like a Mortal Kombat TV show, so I watched it. And the first movie I liked okay.
Yeah, first movie's good.
The second one is something else. Entirely, literally. But
I remember. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I love Mortal Kombat. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's like, I was so excited to get that movie at Blockbuster because it wasn't released anywhere in theaters anywhere near me. And when I got home and I watched like the first 15 minutes of it, I was like,
talking about the second one?
The second one, yeah. I was like, I have to own this. Like this is going to be watched once, and then it is never being watched again.
Yeah, I rented it, and I was also very excited. I hadn't heard much about it, to be honest with you. And I remember taking it home, going in the basement, getting ready to watch it, and it was the same thing. I watched like the first few minutes, and I was like, this is, and I don't really remember much of it beyond that. It had like Shao Kahn, I remember that, and Rain. Wasn't Rain in it? Or am I making that up?
Probably. I mean, I don't remember a whole bunch about it other than everybody gets killed off in the first 5 minutes.
That MK3 for PlayStation was basically an arcade perfect port. There's a whole thing behind that about how Sony wanted that to be amazing, and it's a really, really great port. I remember trying to figure out all the fatalities. But anyway, let's get into the meat of today. Recent Nintendo games, and if we would love to have some interaction with y'all. So if you have some of these games that you'd like to chat about, or some that we missed, or something that you'd like to talk about, please comment in the chat. And if you're watching this later, I know most of you watch this during the week, the recorded version, please comment. I do respond to every single one. So it's been fun doing that, especially as we've been getting more. And tell us how right we are with everything. Let's catch up here. We've got a couple 8-bit Moss players. A Digital Eclipse Mortal Kombat release should be good. Yes. I think it's gonna. It seems like it's gonna be well done. Seems like it's gonna be well done.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So Nintendo games. We like Nintendo. Kirby and the Rainbow
right.
Curse.
Wait, what?
Right. Yeah. None of us played it. Did anyone out there play Kirby and the Rainbow Curse? I like Kirby a lot. I didn't happen to play this one, and I haven't heard great things about it either.
I mean, it's a Wii U release, so your mileage may vary.
Hey now, Wii U has like a couple of good games.
Yes, it does.
So, there was Mario Party 10. Did anyone play that? Yeah, I was never a huge Mario Party person. I just never really got into it, and I tried to get the one for Switch that's like a greatest hits one, and my family.
Jamboree?
Yeah, no. It's like the greatest.
Jamboree was the last one. And it was like maybe like the hits.
I can't remember what it's called, but it was like the great, like it was kind of like a greatest hits of like all the different Mario parties, and my family hated it. Like they hated the randomness of it, that you don't really win via skill, and you know.
That's any of the Mario Party games.
No, I know,
pretty much.
But I was like, you know, they all love Mario Kart. Maybe we could play this together. We literally played it once, and everyone hated it. So.
Yeah, it's right up there with Monopoly. If you play it with people you love, you will end up in fist fights by the end of the game.
Capitalism, the game.
Yeah.
Mario versus Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. I don't think any of us played that either.
I like the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series, and
Me too.
that is one that I missed.
Same. Yeah, this whole period I didn't play. Actually, that one might be one I might want to revisit. But let's talk about one that I actually played. So Splatoon.
Yeah.
Did y'all play Splatoon?
Heck yeah. Splatoon was awesome.
Yeah, I saw the trailers and whatever, the pre-release material for Splatoon, and was not interested in it at all. It just did not look interesting to me. I'm not a huge online multiplayer shooter fan anymore anyway, and then just like shooting paint at people and cleaning it up just did not sound interesting to me at all. And so I ended up giving it for Christmas. BreakmanX really wanted it, and he got super into it. Like that's probably the first game that he like really loved and played like all the time. He was
awesome.
playing, yeah, he really, really loved Splatoon, and he even got the expansion, the Octo expansion pack, and the various DLC and stuff. So, you know, I ended up playing it because of him being so into it. And I know it was huge in Japan as well. So it's one of those games where I looked at it and it looked completely unappealing to me, and then ended up really liking it. One thing I will say is I'm not a huge fan of the how when you play it, you have to go through the gibberish at the very beginning for like a very long time, like everything. Every single time you play it at the very beginning, it's really not cool. So
it's got a charm to it, but yeah.
Oh no, I like the game. I just don't like the hearing the blah 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 at the beginning every single time.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I could do it once or twice, even 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, all the Splatoon games are a blast. Like, I really did think it was really cool when it first came out, and you know, getting to aim with the Wii U controller was really cool, using the gyro controls. It made it so that my wife actually wanted to play it a little bit, which never happens, especially with shooters. And it was something creative. Like it was kind of cool. It was a shooter, but it wasn't like overly violent or anything like that. So it kind of got everybody into it. And they supported it pretty well for the entire length. I mean, not just 1, but 2 and 3. They've supported really well with online play and just expansions and stuff like that. So it's been really cool to see how it's kind of evolved so far.
And it's always fun for Nintendo to do a new IP. I mean, even if it's not one that looking super. When I first saw the stuff for Pikmin, I have to say I wasn't super excited for that either. Because you kind of heard the rumblings for that, and it was like, oh, it's gonna be the new Legend of Zelda. It's Miyamoto's new thing, and then it's like. But I loved that. The first time I played that, I was so into it because I just gave it a shot because it's Miyamoto. And I love Pikmin now. So since the beginning. Jess, did you have a chance to play Splatoon? Were you a Splatooner?
I was not. So we never owned the Wii U, so I haven't played any.
You're not alone
of
with
these
that.
games.
Not many people did.
I think I've played Splatoon like once or twice on like other people that have owned it, but I never had it. No.
It's a good one, especially the newer ones that you can play on the Switch.
Yeah,
I would recommend if you're wanting to squirt some paint at people.
Yeah, I mean there's something really satisfying about getting the paint roller and just like bulldozing everybody.
That's fair. That does sound like a lot of fun.
I like the music though, actually.
The little like ska, the pop ska they've got is pretty good.
It's also the first game soundtrack that BreakmanX loved and like wanted to play in the car. So I was pretty stoked about that too.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, yes. All right, let's move on to Yoshi's Woolly World. And Jack, I'll let you take the reins on this one.
Yeah. So yeah, Yoshi's Woolly World. I mean, the Yoshi games. Yeah, it is. The Yoshi games kind of have a negative connotation with them. Like they're very easy. They're kind of up there with Kirby games in that like, hey, like this is a game that kids can play, and it's very low. Not low effort, but it's low challenge. They give you a lot of assists and stuff like that if you need it. But what was interesting about Woolly World was just how unique, kind of built on that Kirby's Epic Yarn art style, and like everything looked like it was like literally crafted out of wool and crafted out of like craft work. And it was really cool to see on the Wii U because that was the first like modern one they had done since the Wii. And so it was just really incredible to see that. And it really blew me away because it really did everything looked handcrafted. And yeah, gameplay was, but as a little showpiece for the Wii U and what it could do, like it was a very, very interesting game.
I love the art style of it. I mean, I have to admit, I do have a soft spot for the Wii U. I mean, I know that Jack and I are like 90% of the people that bought it already, but there are a couple games on it, and some of them aren't on this list because they haven't come out in the last 10 years, but that are really good. And if it wasn't for the horrendous marketing of it, I think it could have done better. I mean, when it was at E3, actually, people were pretty stoked on it. It was a pretty positive reaction among the folks there when I was, checking things out. And then it seems like people were just really confused about Wii versus Wii U. Like the parents and things like that just didn't understand. And the idea of the tablet thing, I mean, it was cool, and I know people really loved it, but I just don't think people really understood that it was a huge graphical leap over the Wii.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, just a lot of brand confusion out there too. Like, can I play Wii games on the Wii U? Can I play Wii U games on the Wii? How do things work? Like, I wasn't even in video games at that time in my life, and when that thing came out and for its life cycle, and I had parents coming up to me at work being like, hey, like, what do I get my kids if they like Nintendo games? I was like, a 3DS?
Well, also the name is so dumb. I mean, the name Wii I thought was really dumb too. Revolution was so much cooler. But Wii U, I mean, we used to joke on the show, Wii U. Like,
I get what they were going for.
It's the Wii for you.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, it's just sad when marketing kills it. But yeah, art, and then so we have Art Academy Home Studio. I don't think any of us played that one either. But we're mentioning all of them in case there's anyone out there that's that's interested in them.
We got lists, people.
We got lists, yo. Thanks to Jack. All right, Super Mario Maker. So this is one, when this was announced, I was super stoked on it. I had been wanting to make Mario levels since I was a little kid. And I remember that's what I said when it came out. Like, a dream since I was a little kid was to be able to make Super Mario levels. And it was, I thought, really well executed. And then the fact that you could share your levels amongst different people and download them, and they're pretty well organized. My big thing with Super Mario Maker in general is that the levels that go to the top are like these kind of weird, not weird, but these showpiece levels that are basically not really like Mario levels that you'd play in a real Mario game. Like, I would love if there was some kind of list that was basically just Mario game or levels that would be not like exactly like levels in other games, but of that same kind of progression, and not just like amusement park rides like some of them tend to be. But besides that criticism, I don't know how they could prevent that, to be honest with you. I think it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I was a huge Super Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2 fan. I think you're right. Like, I think they got like 90% of the way there with the first one. I think they definitely had discoverability problems. For, like you said, like the wrong things rose to the top, and then they kind of killed it really early on. Like, they only had, I think, everything live for like not even 9 or 10 months, which was really disappointing.
That short? Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, you could share a web link to your friends, but you had to do it outside of the game because you couldn't do it in the game. But like everything that was there, you're right. Like the wish fulfillment of building your own Mario levels was really cool. And the fact that you could go play somebody else's after, when you wanted to, was really cool. And it was just really interesting to me just to see the ingenuity of what people came up with. Especially with Mario Maker 2, but even Mario Maker 1, just seeing the things where it's like, hey, you don't have to move. It's gonna do all kinds of crazy stuff, and you'll be at the flag by the end of the level. You don't have to do anything. Or like things that were just insanely tough. It's like, there is one perfect way to run this level, and if you do it, congrats. But like, yeah, you really didn't see anything that was kind of like just a normal level, and it's like, hey, yeah, this is kind of challenging, and this is kind of cool, and there's some good variety, and at the end of it you're like, yeah, that was a fun level. I think the other thing that really disappointed me, at least with the first one, was like, I kind of wanted to build my own like world, if you will.
Yeah.
Like 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4.
Yes.
That would have been really cool.
Yes, it would have been.
But it was, I think, one of the things, in retrospect, this is obviously, we're armchair quarterbacking here, but like in retrospect, it would have been really cool if they could have said, okay, before we release this to the public, we've got to make sure we can make like each of our levels from Super Mario 1 and 3, or at least 1 in this thing, to make sure like people can do that, because people are going to want to do that, and that didn't turn out to be the case.
Well, it also came out at a time where I was really starving for Mario Brother, like 2D Mario, because we had new Super Mario Brothers on the DS, which I think is the best of the new series. But I just was never huge, as we've talked about before, into the new Super Mario Brothers series. I always felt like those games had no stakes, and I know it's weird to think of Mario Brothers games with stakes, but like I used to want to like get Bowser and like care about it a little bit, and the music and everything. And then when I played New Super Mario Brothers and like the enemies like dance to the music, I get that it's like a fun quirk and everything like that, but it just, and the level design, and there's just something about those games that just don't do it for me, unfortunately. And so having Super Mario Maker come out during that period, I think made it especially good. Jess, did you play Mario Maker?
Not play it, but I remember especially it being like a huge thing, like on YouTube, of like people playing levels, and like it just how big of a cultural moment that it was. And it might have partially just been the kind of videos that I was watching at the time too, of I primarily just remember the like awful, impossible, almost cruel level difficulty levels, and it was like very much like the rage bait of
Yep.
people losing their minds trying to beat the really hard levels. And so like I watched a bunch of that. And I always thought it was like a really cool concept. If I had had a Wii U, I definitely would have gotten that game, because the idea of like making your own Mario level is honestly a genius premise for a game.
Yeah.
And I still to this day think it's an amazing idea.
And probably the best use of the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like-
without a doubt.
So, yeah. So there was a reason. So that whole failure is justified, I guess, because of that one thing. So Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, again, another game that none of us marked on the list. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. I really like the Mario Tennis for GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really played one since that I've loved. But that was made by Camelot, wasn't it? The GameCube one?
Yeah, I mean, most of them are made by Camelot. They did most of the sports ones.
So yeah, I don't. Maybe I should give more the recent ones a try. But I love the GameCube Mario Tennis. All right, Legend of 12. Legend of Zelda. By the way, Legend of Zelda. Where is my Zelda maker? I want a Zelda maker.
I think you have to imagine. Well, I'm of two minds. You have to imagine they thought about it after they did Mario, right? But then at the same time, like if they're gonna saddle it with some of the Nintendo stuff that they did with Mario Maker 1 and 2, then I'm kind of like, maybe they should wait. Maybe they shouldn't do this.
I think didn't the 3DS one start out like that or something, and then they changed it. The Link Between Worlds, because it was going to be, from what I remember, it was going to be a Link to the Past remake, and then they were going to add dungeon making capabilities, and then they changed it to its own thing. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I remember. But anyway, Twilight Princess HD. So Twilight Princess in general, was, the game that I remember seeing it at E3 at the big, they had that at the Kodak Theater. It was like a big unveil and everything. And I remember sitting there and being really excited for Zelda, and not being super thrilled with how it looked, because the Wii just was not on par with the other systems at the time. So Nintendo, when they pushed their kind of unique art style with different things, it worked really well. But trying to make it look realistic, to me, just kind of fell flat a little bit. That game too, the beginning of it is my least favorite beginning of a Zelda game ever. I feel like it takes forever to get started.
Skyward Sword.
That's true. Skyward. Okay, yeah, that's true. Up until that point, then, yeah, I'll give you Skyward Sword for sure. But up until that point, and it did feel like it just took forever to get going. I don't know. I do like Twilight Princess though. I've beaten it twice, I think. Once on the Wii and then once on the Wii U. And I like the fact that they remastered it. I'd like to see them do it again and add some better textures, because it's a little bit weird. I don't know if you've played the HD version, but it's done pretty well for the most part. But there's just some weirdness where you can tell it's like a old game. Some of the things are a little rough around the edges, and it'd be really nice if they kind of went back and did the whole thing. But yeah, Twilight Princess it was like the Ocarina of Time formula done. They kept doing that over and over again, and that's what you got with it.
Yep. It was fine the first time it came out. I did not feel compelled to get it when they released an HD version.
I will agree with you that it was fine. And especially, I think I would have liked it more if I played it on the GameCube, to be honest with you. I'm not a waggle person, especially with Zelda, swinging the sword around. It just wasn't my thing. But I hadn't played HD. It was on a super, Chess and I were talking about how Nintendo games never go on sale. There was a sale somehow. I got it years ago, I don't know. And I played it. And it was better than I remember it being. So it's got that going for it. But it was the first Zelda game that I played that I wasn't over the moon for. I loved Wind Waker, and when I played Twilight Princess, I liked it, but it wasn't Zelda. It wasn't like amazing. Like I wasn't super stoked with it. So let's hit the chat up here really quick. Looks like we've got a couple messages. 8-Bit Moss Play, getting rid of some games I've never played. Should I scrap Kirby's Epic Yarn? You already responded in there that it's as a showpiece, it's pretty cool. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. Of the Kirby games I've played, it might be my least favorite.
You can probably go pick it up at a used game store for like $5 or $10. So like, I don't know. Maybe. And
Sketchy Ceviche says Link's Awakening on the Switch has a dungeon maker thing. I believe a side quest inside a side quest. Oh, that's cool. Well, I need to play that because I stopped playing it because of the performance issues, and now with the Switch 2, I'm gonna go back and play it. So I will hit that up. So thank you for the messages, y'all. Let's go ahead and go into Pokken Tournament for the Bertano of Jax.
Pokken Tournament. So obviously I'm a huge Tekken fan. So when I found out that Namco and Harada were making a Pokemon Tekken game or Pokken, I of course had to check it out. And it's not quite Tekken. Like it's not just a fighting game. Like there are some like Pokemon aspects to it, which are kind of interesting. So it's not quite what you want out of either one, Pokemon or Tekken, but it is a decent little fighting game, and it's fun like to watch like Lucha Libre Pikachu throw down against like a Charizard and stuff like that.
Sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It keeps making you want to like poke. So dumb, but yeah. Speaking of dumb.
Yeah.
Star Fox Zero. So I love Star Fox, one of my absolute favorite series, especially 64. You know, I don't know, Armada's okay. The SNES one's pretty good too, obviously. But so I remember again seeing this one announced. And being like, come on, you know, give it a chance. The way that it's controlled looks kind of a little weird. And Chad Conselmo, who he's with Square Enix now, but at the time he was the PR dude for Nintendo. We'd had him on the show a few times and everything, and I was like, should I get this game? Like, because he always, you know, would play everything early, and he was like, well, you know, I love everything Nintendo, so of course I'm gonna love it, but like, you really have to love this one. It's kind of how he put it. And I did end up getting it, and it's by far my least favorite Star Fox game. That's like a real Star Fox game. There was that weird DS one that I don't even count. Not 3DS, DS. But yeah, I hate the way it's controlled. It seems like it could be a decent game if it didn't have those issues with it. And Miyamoto said that if it didn't do well, he wasn't gonna release another Star Fox game for a while, and it's irritating because it's like their least popular console, and a game with a bizarre control scheme, and they're gonna leave that up to whether we get a new Star Fox game. So I hope with the Switch 2, we get a Star Fox game that's like controlled decently and not bizarringly. Did you play Star Fox Zero, Jack?
I did. It was fine. Like it wasn't what I was coming to Star Fox for. Like it checked the boxes, but there was something missing. Just didn't have the same.
I just felt like I was fighting it the whole time to like have fun with it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. Like I could totally see them doing something with like mouse controls next.
No, I just want regular. I could see him doing it, yeah, but I just want it a regular. That's the thing with Nintendo is like sometimes their games, especially Wii to Switch, it's like if they just would have controlled it a different way, it would have been a much more fun game. Like, I don't know.
My thoughts on this. My final thoughts on the next Star Fox control scheme. You use one of the Switch 2 controllers in mouse mode as your throttle, and you use the other one as your joystick, like your.
I'm down with that.
like old school, like Afterburner style. Like that
would be cool.
That's it. That's the game.
That would be cool. I just like that viewpoint stuff that they did with Zero. It's just so irritating. But
yeah.
And Star Fox Guard. I
never played that one.
Yeah, I don't. Me either. It didn't look interesting to me. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. That actually I wanted to play, but I never did. Paper Mario Color Splash. I love Paper Mario, but that one I remember not getting great reviews at the time, and I was really busy, so I didn't end up getting it.
Yeah, it was fine. It's not nearly as good as some of the other Paper Mario games, but it's like, yeah, it's forgettable, unfortunately.
I feel like I need to make a fine stamp for you for like reviews where it's just like
that's
your
just
face.
my 5 out of 10 is just a fine. It's fine.
Yeah. No, it's a very, I know exactly what you mean by that. Like it's very well communicated.
Yeah.
But all right, so Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, technically, first released on
it's a Wii U game.
It is a Wii U game. Which, by the way, it's amazing. Some of these Wii U games, like Mario Kart 8 and this one, they looked pretty good, right? For the Wii U. But Breath of the Wild, again, it's a game that I didn't get into and really until the Switch 2. The performance issues, I think, held it back for me more than I thought. And the open world nature of it, I think, also held it back. But the very first time I played it, I was super stoked on it. And it really wasn't until about when I got to the Zora stuff and maybe the first Beast that I just kind of got bored with it and just didn't really want to play it anymore. But playing it on the Switch 2 with the really good performance and trying to enjoy it for what it is and not trying to like put it into any kind of box really made it a lot of fun. Going into it, I really wanted just like a great Zelda game after Twilight Princess being okay, and then Skyward Sword being not okay for me at least, and it just didn't do that for me. But again, I think it's a great game. It's amazing that it came out on the Wii U, and I think it's fabulous. I think it's one of the best, actually. Did you play it on the Wii U, Jack, or did you play it?
I played it on the Switch, so I had...
Me too.
Yeah, it was... I mean, I really did get deep into it when the Switch version came out. I mean, it was the launch game I got with a Switch aside from 1-2 Switch. But, like, it was a lot of fun. As a Zelda fan, it like, made me feel like that first Zelda game again. So, like, I kind of had an opposite reaction. I was like, man, this is what I like about Zelda. It's open world. I can go explore things. Hey, there's a cool hidden thing over here. What's that thing in the distance? Oh, it's another shrine. Let's go check that thing out. So it was really cool for me. The performance issues definitely, we can talk about that all day long. But like, I thought it was really cool. And I didn't play most of the re-releases on the Wii U. So I think the last one I had played right before that was the 3DS one, the Link Between Worlds, which I thought was my favorite, like of the traditional Zelda games. That's hands down my favorite. Link Between Worlds is amazing.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see the NES connection with it for sure. So awesome. It was like it came out at a weird time for me where I just didn't have time and like I didn't want to explore. I wanted to be led because I didn't have time. All right, let's go on to the 3DS, which was still releasing games 10 years ago. My 3DS, the battery was about to explode. I took it out and got rid of it, and I got a new battery recently because it stopped working like a few weeks ago, and I was like, did I do something to it? Like, what was the problem? And then I noticed, BreakmanX noticed that my PSP was bulging. Like really bad, and that one was really about to explode. So I got rid of that. And then I'm like, wait, I should check my other systems too. And the 3DS one was also bulging, but not nearly as much. So, but anyway, 3DS codename Steam. No one played that. Style savvy, fashion forward is one of the like most read reviews on BreakmanX.com. Seriously, a lot of people from the Netherlands.
I believe it.
But Jess, I'll let you go ahead and tackle that one.
Yeah, that was a crazy one to look at this list because it was one of the ones that I definitely just forgotten about wholly. And then I was like Googling it. I'm like, I think I played every single one of these games that came out.
Nice.
Not a whole lot to say about it. You design clothes and you read a little boutique, and it was very much made for the demographic that they were trying to make it for. But it was just kind of fun to see on the list because I was like, oh, like immediate like memories I'd completely forgotten about.
That's awesome.
I did not play it, but Katie wrote an excellent review on BreakmanX.com. So, and yeah, people are still reading it. So,
yeah,
cool.
it was a fun game. Yeah.
Is there some connection with the Netherlands? Really popular in the Netherlands, apparently, from the website
maybe
stats.
They're just very fashionable people.
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe. Awesome. Very cool. Fire Emblem, Fates, Birthright, and Conquest. Again, I love the Fire Emblem games. I haven't played that one, though.
Yep, same. Sorry, it's Fire Emblem by and large is a very big blind spot. Like I appreciate what they're doing. Like I really like the turn-based strategy, but like not for me.
Did you play the GameCube one? Was it Path of Radiance?
I played it for like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm going to go back and play some more Advance Wars.
Yeah, I see. All right. Well, Rhythm Heaven Megamix. This is definitely a Jack Burton game.
Now we're talking. Rhythm Heaven. So the maniacs behind WarioWare and the other Rhythm Heaven games just put out a really cool Megamix that was basically like a greatest hits of like the existing two Rhythm Heaven games, the one from DS and the one from the Wii. It's really awesome. Like there's some really fun mini games in there and the songs are great. If you're a Rhythm Heaven fan, definitely check it out. I can't say much more than it, but it's one of the better ones that they've done. Any of those Rhythm Heaven games have been awesome. I am really excited about the one they're making for the Switch that should be out, I think, later this summer or in the fall.
Cool. Awesome. I should check it out.
Yeah.
You usually have pretty good taste. All right, Jess, bring us home with Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer.
Yes. So that is actually one of my favorite additions in like Animal Crossing, just because one of my favorite things to do in Animal Crossing is to design my house. And it's one of the more frustrating things because they've got such amazing and wonderful like sets of furniture that you can design your house with. But when you're playing the regular game, the grind that is necessary for you to obtain all of the pieces of furniture that you want it's very rewarding when you finally do it. Very rarely do I think I ever achieved actually finding every single piece of furniture in a specific set that I was after. So I love that like you had the chance to just like design things as opposed to having to like go beg Tom Nook to have something and then be disappointed every time when he did not have it in stock. So I really enjoy it.
He's gonna break your knees.
He really
Quite the loan shark.
You know, you want to talk about capitalism, the game. Animal Crossing definitely like stealth way, like really kind of is in ways that you just ignore when you're playing it. But just like Top Nook is a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
Kind of a jerk.
Oh yeah. He was always like my least favorite part of like every single game. To the point where like sometimes you just get like frustrated with him and then you're just like running around in a circle, just like pushing him around.
Yeah.
Just because you're mad and you're like, there's nothing else I can do, like hitting him with like your bug nets.
Yeah, no, BreakmanX played the most recent one on Switch, and she hadn't played it. She missed one or two of them, so she hadn't played it for a little bit, and she was remembering how much she liked Tom Nook. She still loves the games, but Tom Nook can be a guy for sure.
Oh yeah.
But all right. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. This is another Jess.
Yes. So I have played less so, I suppose, in recent years, but I always like kept up with all of the Pokemon games. And so I played a lot of the Mystery Dungeon games. They were always one of my lesser loved kind of spin-offs of the Pokemon games, just because I'm not a huge like dungeon crawler kind of person. but still, I think really enjoyable. And I appreciate the fact that there are these spin-offs of Pokemon that are like a little bit different, and like you still get to be in the world, and you kind of get to like see the world in a different way from the traditional games, in a way that like they really didn't have to do. Like they could just churn out just the regular Pokemon games constantly, and like people would buy them, and like they wouldn't have to ever do anything different at all if they didn't want to. And so I do appreciate like a little bit of a different pace in the Pokemon world.
So what are your favorite Pokemon spin-offs, if you don't mind me asking?
I am a big fan of the original Pokemon, just the traditional is always going to be my favorite. I really enjoyed, there was I'm blanking on what the name of it is, but there was a game on the GameCube where you just had Pikachu as like a pet. And you got to like go out into the world like just with your little like pet Pikachu, and there was no battling, there was no anything. You got to like just meet other Pokemon in the wild, and I really enjoyed that one. I also really enjoyed Detective Pikachu.
Is that Hey Pikachu? Hey You Pikachu?
I think that's it.
That might have been it.
All right, sorry.
But
I want to say that's because that was the one that like you could use the microphone and you could like give Pikachu commands.
Yep.
Okay.
And I played so much of that.
Nice.
And I like the Detective Pikachu. I think that's such a cute little, like, really random and different idea that I wouldn't have necessarily expected.
Did you go see the Detective Pikachu movie when it came out?
I have not seen the movie.
Oh, you have to go see it.
It's actually pretty, like, not bad. I mean, I saw it with the kids and they loved it.
I was too scared. Also,
it is scary.
I googled it. It was called Pokemon Channel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And there was like, and now that there was like a TV aspect of it.
Yeah.
But it was, that one was probably my favorite. And part of that's probably just nostalgia. But
I haven't played it, but I remember reading about it.
Yeah, the Detective Pikachu games are awesome. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon Snap. Like Pokemon Snap is like,
yes.
I don't know what it is, if it's like film brain or something like that, but like just let me take pictures of Pokemon. Let me figure out all the little tricks to get them to come out of their little hiding places. Yep. It's great.
And another game that I thought was like sounded like the dumbest thing ever, but then is really fun actually. It reminded me that there's this PC Engine game where you take pictures of things, and I can't remember what it's called. But there's a whole PC Engine game where all you do is take pictures, and it's some of it's not super appropriate.
No way on the PC Engine.
On the PC Engine, Photograph Boy. Or the Japanese made Gekisha Boy.
Oh boy.
Action photography video game. It's not like horrendously like inappropriate, just like kind of slightly inappropriate. It wouldn't be like, you wouldn't feel like an awful person for playing it. Okay. Mostly. Yeah.
Just some light voyeurism in there.
Yeah. But nothing like, I don't know. Yeah. It's actually a pretty fun game for a very short amount of time. Not as probably cool as the Pokemon one, but this is a good one. The Picross. Go ahead and do that one.
Yeah, Picross. I always thought it was Picross.
It is Picross.
I could be wrong.
No, it is in the katakana. It's P.
Okay,
right.
But yeah, Picross 3D Round 2. I mean, I think it was download only. It wasn't actually a physical release, but I could be wrong. But yeah, more Picross 3D, like something super satisfying about breaking those blocks.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Breaking those.
God, you're throwing.
Breaking those blocks, figuring out what all the shapes are, and just the really cool things that they had figured out. Just super fun. I still love playing Picross, and anytime the Picross 3D shows up in the eShop or just in general, like if I'm traveling a lot, usually I break out my 3DS, and that's like the first thing I go and just tapping it along, breaking those lines. It's addictive.
Yeah, for a long time I did not like puzzle games, and I just never was. I was not interested in them And that was really one of the ones that got me super into puzzle games. I read Picross on a magazine way back when, and so now I'm forever doomed to read it that way, even though I know it is. You are definitely right. It's definitely Picross, but I keep forgetting that. Great game, and that's probably my favorite version, or one of my favorite versions of it too.
Nice.
So, Jess, have you played Picross?
I did play it, yes.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. What'd you think?
Yeah. I liked it. I'm very... It's 50-50 with puzzle games as to whether I'm going to like love them or whether I'm going to become very irritated very quickly with them. Mostly because I get irritated with myself. But I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm the same way. Like, I get super irritated. Puzzle games have to like really grab me, or I get bored super, super quick.
Yeah.
Or if someone else I know like really loves to play it, I'll play it with them. But all right. Chibi Robo Ziplash. Did not play that. Although the Chibi Robo game, what is it, for GameCube?
Yeah, just Chibi Robo.
Yeah. I have played that one, but not Flash. Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes.
It's fine.
Yeah. Again, it's not, yeah. Pokemon Rumble World. Let's get ready to rumble. Pokemon.
Yeah, I think that was a lot like Pokemon Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't play that one.
And again, I
didn't play that one.
Unfortunately just have never gotten into Pokemon as much as I've wanted to. The fault with myself. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I like that series, but I did not play that one.
I think I played that one, but like they were trying to mash Mario and Luigi up with Paper Mario, and I felt like it kind of fell short. It is not memorable at all, other than that concept.
Not a good sign. I'm gonna check it out in the chat. We've got a couple from Sketchy Ceviche here. He mentioned the Switch Dungeon Maker, which we talked about, but the DS Zelda would have been a lot better with normal controls. Oh yeah, those were god awful. Oh my god, I was
the
so
Majora's Mask and
no
remakes.
No, I like the remakes. These are the DS, the original DS.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The train, the choo choo train.
Yep.
And the other one, Spirit Tracks, and what was the other one? Wind of the Boredom. I don't know, but awful. And I think could have been good, like you said, with the inner controls. And then talking about, I think, the PC Engine picture taking game, the one where you're taking pictures of aliens and Marilyn Monroe and random acts of heroism. That sounds about right.
Nice.
It's a fun curiosity. All right, let's keep moving on. Disney Art Academy. I never played that.
It's Art Academy series. I'm sure like you get to draw some Disney princesses, some Stitch, some.
I'm so terrible at drawing that nothing about drawing appeals to me. I always wished I could draw. Yep. I bought books on like how to draw. I tried all sorts of things. I'm just a horrific artist. My daughter, who's going into third grade, is already way better than me at drawing. Like, substantially better. So, all right, Kirby Planet Robobot. This one I played. It's not my favorite Kirby game. In fact, it's probably towards the bottom for me. But it's not bad. I mean, it came out at a time where I was ready for a Kirby game, and I played through it. And you got in like big mechs, if I remember right. Like you're in like these suits, which was weird for Kirby. God, I hope I didn't dream that.
I think that's right. I think I skipped over that one too.
Probably didn't miss a whole lot. Yeah, the mech. It's the mech one. Yeah. Which, whatever. It was fine. I'll use Jack's words. It was fine. But the next one is not fine. Metroid Prime Federation Force was not fine.
Ugh. That was.
This is really showing me how, like, there was a period here where Nintendo had some games I just was not interested in. And then lately, I've had a lot more that I've been interested in.
Can I give you a little like my theory on that. I think
Sure.
I think you had some teams at Nintendo that were like they were focused on handheld stuff, and you had other teams that were focused on like Wii U stuff. And Nintendo was just like, okay, our quality's dipping here. We really need to just come together, one platform, so everybody can just make what they want to make. And I think the Switch really, are they all bangers on the Switch? No. But like, I think they hit a lot more often. I think they hit a lot more often than not on the Switch.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of got spread a little thin, or they were trying to push too much out at once.
Yeah. No, I think that's probably pretty accurate. And also, the industry went through huge transitions during that time too. Yeah. And I think that transitioning to one platform as opposed to two was really beneficial, as you said. So. Yeah. Astute observation. Mario Party Star Rush, again, not a fan of the Mario Party series. Pokemon Sun and Moon. This is for Jess.
Yes. So Pokemon Sun and Moon, for the most part, there's not a whole lot to say about like the mainline Pokemon games for the most part, because they tend to be pretty similar to themselves. However, one thing that they added for Sun and Moon that I really love is, and I'm pretty sure this was the first one that they did it in, was regional Pokemon being different.
Yeah.
There were, I think, if I remember correctly, the big one for that was like Vulpix. And you had like a Vulpix from beforehand, which was a fire type. And then you had the Alolan version, which I believe was like an ice type. Mm-hmm. And so it was this idea that in different regions, there are like different types of specific Pokemon, which I thought was like a really cool take on it.
That is cool. I like that idea a lot.
As somebody
makes me
that
wish
still
I
plays
like Pokemon.
As somebody that still plays Pokemon Go, having the Alolan versions of a lot of these things is really cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Yes. So I would argue I played every Animal Crossing game except for the Amiibo Festival one, which seems like I didn't miss much there. No. I would argue, I know people really like New Horizons, the one on the Switch, and I like it as well. I would argue that New Leaf is the best one. I personally think
I can go with you on that journey.
There's a lot about New Horizons that I appreciate, but I also think they were trying to do a little bit too much. And I like the like customization and everything that you can do, but sometimes it feels like a little overwhelming for me. And they also did the thing that pisses me off more than almost anything else that you can possibly do in a video game, which is making the tools breakable.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Hate that
There's
too.
no need for it.
Breath of the Wild.
There's no need for it. And I hate that I have to craft.
I also hate crafting.
Every single day. I have to craft a new bug net and a new fishing rod. And it's always like right when you run into something that like you really want to get, and then you're like, but my tool just broke. And it's just so unnecessary. And so for that reason alone,
I feel you there.
I like New Leaf better.
I was so close to getting New Leaf. And we didn't for some reason. We should have.
It's a lot of fun. It's the first one where you show up and you're not just a regular villager, you're the mayor for the first time. I feel like they do a better job in New Leaf with the festivals. I feel like there are more of them and they feel better fleshed out to me. Yeah. And there's also just something about New Horizons, and I can't exactly like articulate why, but the characters just don't feel quite as like vibrant and alive to me. And I'm fully willing to admit that that might just be nostalgia talking.
Member Barry.
But there's just something about it that doesn't quite match up to New Leaf for me personally.
Yeah, I think the writing's a lot better in New Leaf than New Horizons.
I think she was in grad school. I think that's why we decided not to get it. But otherwise,
that's a good reason.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think we would have. It's nice to know though, because we could still come back to it. Now that I have a battery for my new 3DS XL, that was such a weird period. Yes, maybe we should, because she loves Animal Crossing. Like,
I do think it's way better than the Switch one. Like the 3DS one is the last really good Animal Crossing game.
because when she played the Switch one, it made her want to go back to the GameCube one.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going through this list a little bit before we're out of time. We talked about Super Mario Maker 3DS. We'll just talk about. We already talked about Mario Maker above. We'll probably talk about it more when we get to Mario Maker 2, I think. But
the 3DS. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say it was cool that it was on the 3DS, but I put probably the least amount of time into this one because I would rather play it on the TV.
That was one where I read the reviews before I picked it up, and I was really glad I did, because like none of the features of the Wii U one were there. So It was disappointing.
Not great. Miitopia, couldn't care less. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
Anytime I hear that one, I'm just like, wait, they made a Simpsons crossover?
Oh man, funny. Mario Sports Superstars, another one I didn't play. Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. Hey, Pikmin. I like Pikmin. I didn't play that. Didn't say hello to them. Metroid Samus Returns. I did like this one, though. This was not that there was a whole lot to choose from, but it was my favorite Metroid game since Prime. And I like it better than Dread, too, actually.
Yeah, Metroid 2 is probably my favorite Metroid game. Even
Game
more
Boy?
so than the Game Boy one, even more so than Super Metroid. And so like,
wow,
when they made the 3DS version of this, like I ran out and grabbed it as soon as it came out. That was one of those games where even like that fan project where somebody made a PC version of Metroid 2. That was
AM2R or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I actually was very into that development scene, just trying to see how that was coming along. And then when this came out, I was just like, oh, hey, okay, cool. I'll just play it on the 3DS. It's like, for whatever reason, like even after the Switch came out, it was one of those games, and for one weird reason, it's stuck in my head forever, because it was like the one 3DS game I would still see at like Walmart or Best Buy or any of those retail stores where they were still selling 3DS games. It was the one 3DS game that was still on the shelf everywhere. But it's a great game.
It's great.
If you like Metroid, you should get it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I even liked the little defense mechanic they had. I like that a lot better than the gimmick and Dread. Fire Emblem Warriors again. Here we go. Hit this one up. This is a good one.
Oh yeah, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. And it also came with Bowser's Minions. So basically a remake of the GBA Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which is probably one of my, next to Bowser's Inside Story, that's my favorite Mario and Luigi game. Like the writing's clever, the combat is fun. It's a really cool story, and it's not terribly long. You don't have to grind. It's a fun one of those games.
You like the original or the remake better?
I like the remake better, just because it looked a little bit nicer, played on the 3DS, so you get a little bit of that extra little 3D. Like it wasn't.
They brought it to the Switch too, did they?
They did Inside Story on the Switch, I think.
Oh, that's a good point though. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
I thought that they brought this one to the Switch. No, maybe you're right.
I could be misremembering, but I think Superstar Saga just was.
You're usually right.
They put Superstar Saga out on the GBA Virtual Console. But yeah, I don't know if they made it. I could be wrong. It could be on the list somewhere else. Just not looking directly at it.
Yeah, I think that you're right. Because it says Switch and Switch 2, which means I think that it's probably the GBA version. Kirby's Battle Royale. I think I downloaded the demo of this and wasn't a big fan. Mario Party the Top 100. Again, we're not Mario Party people. Detective Pikachu. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already talked about it a little bit, it's so much fun. It's such a fun idea. I love Pikachu so much. Like, honestly, if I had to pick like a favorite video game character like of all time, it's probably Pikachu. I was so obsessed as a kid. It was the first like game. Pokemon Crystal was the first game that I ever played, and like it spiraled me into full-blown obsession with something. I watched the cartoons. I was obsessed with it, and so it's just such a cute little idea, and I loved Detective Pikachu so much.
Very best. No, that's the whole reason I wanted to like Pokemon is I love the art. Like I love the way that the Pokemon look. So I always wanted to like the game, but I just could never get into the game. It still bums me out because I wish that I did.
There's still something very, very clever about putting Pikachu just in that Sherlock Holmes hat and jacket. You're just like, all right, yes, I'm going to play this game because this looks silly.
Yep.
Sushi Striker, The Way of the Sushido. Not something I played. Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker. Captain Toad was my least favorite part of the 3D World game, so I wasn't gonna get a whole game of it.
It's fine. It's fine,
a good one of right.
It's a good little puzzle game. Like it's not great, but it's playable.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. Wasn't this just a retooled version of Epic Yarn?
Yes.
So yeah. All right. 1-2 Switch. We're not talking about that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, though. Okay. For the Switch, we're moving on to the Switch now. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and 8 in general, I think it's an amazing Mario Kart game. I'm really enjoying World right now, so I don't know if 8's my favorite, but it's probably between those two. And the way that they released so many courses for it and incorporated so much of Nintendo in it, the graphics on aging hardware actually looked pretty good, at a time when it was being compared to much, much more powerful hardware. And the way that the gameplay of it, the way that the carts feel is great. Actually, like the way World's carts feel better, but I thought 8 was a improvement over the last few in terms of the way the carts feel.
Yep. Now 8, I think, is probably. I mean, your first Mario Kart's always your favorite, but I think 8 is probably the one that if you put me in a room or you put me on an island and say you've got one Mario Kart game to play for the rest of your life, that's the one. That's the one I'm picking.
I think World might end up catching it if they released a bunch of DLC for it.
Awesome.
But the way it stands right now, I think right.
Yeah.
ARMS. That exists. I played the demo of that and I was like, no. Splatoon 2, I thought was even better than the first Splatoon.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy. Again, BreakmanX played a gazillion hours of that game. And it's really a series that grew on me.
It's one of those. I was really surprised when Splatoon 2 came out because it was so fast after the first Splatoon came out. Now, obviously, you take into account the Wii U. Yeah, you take into account the Wii U kind of floundered, but at the same time, I was like, man, this is really quick turnaround for this franchise. But like, they really like the Switch. That was the multiplayer game to play, other than Mario Kart, for a very long time.
Yeah, I think it did super well in Japan. And then Super Mario Odyssey. This is another one when the Switch came out. I remember asking Chad about like Mario, and all he did was just like, "You're gonna love it," like. And I did. I think Odyssey is probably my favorite. Oh, there's so many good ones though. Galaxy's really good. Odyssey's really, really good. It is really, really good. I don't know if I like it better than Galaxy or not, but it's really, really, really awesome. Again, BreakmanX and I played that all the way through, switching off. He beat it as Mario and I was the hat, and then we reversed and I played it as Mario and he was the hat. But so many cool things, and I love the retro throwbacks in that where you do the 2D stuff throughout. I thought that was a really cool idea. The hat gimmick is pretty cool. I mean, again, I honestly, that's probably my least favorite part of the game is the hat gimmick.
I don't know, man. Like throwing that hat on the T-Rex and just trucking through everything was
cool.
So much fun, especially in the first level. Like I'm just
plain Jane,
awesome.
I guess, with my Mario. I don't, I don't need flood. I don't need hat. What's the hat's name? It has a name.
Cappy.
I don't need Cappy, but it's great. I mean, if you have not played Super Mario Odyssey, you should definitely play it. It's one of the best 3D action games of that type platformer that you can play for sure.
I mean, New Donk City alone, I think, is like right up there, one of the best levels I've ever played.
I didn't like the realism of it though.
I just thought it was cool. I thought it was a really cool space.
It is a cool space.
The little Donkey Kong stuff you get to do with Mario is pretty awesome.
Again, my thing though, it's a little too open worldy for me. Like to be really, really perfect. Like I like getting a little bit more direction in my Mario, but that's totally a taste thing and has nothing to do with the actual quality of the game though. So I can admit that. Jess, have you played Odyssey?
Not.
You need to play it. You'll love it. Well,
I know.
It's pretty great.
I think you'll like it. I have a hard time. That one's pretty well rounded in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Snipper Clips will go down in history as the greatest video game of all time.
It's a fun tech demo.
True. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I played that one, but I got bored pretty quick. Kirby Star Allies. This one I played because I wanted to play I just wanted to play it with the kids. And it was okay. Not great. Nintendo Labo, I just never thought that was a good idea.
I thought it was cool. The VR one that they did towards the end was cool, was interesting. But like, your mileage definitely varied on that one.
It's just like video games are progressing and Nintendo's like cardboard.
Yeah, cardboard.
And I love Nintendo, and I was like, come on. Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. If Logan was here, I know he would be talking about it. Try hates it.
It's a good one of those games. Like I like it. It's not great, but it's good.
Donkey Kong Country is probably the popular series that I never got into. Never got in the SNES ones. Although I want to give them. I love the soundtracks. I want to give them another try though. Mario Tennis Aces. I should play it because I love Mario Tennis, but I have not played that one.
It's a good one.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, now we're talking. That's my Pokemon game. So Let's Go Pikachu. Obviously, between the last Pokemon game and this one, Pokemon Go went viral, if you will. And so Nintendo was like, let's capitalize on this. Let's remake the original Pokemon games, Red and Blue, with Pokemon and Eevee, and we'll just redo everything, and we'll tie it in with Pokemon Go. And honestly, that's all they had to say, and I got in. I was just like, I've never really played a Pokemon game front to back, but guess what? I finished Let's Go Pikachu before my son did.
Oh, wow.
And that was amazing because he was like 5 at the time, so he was like perfect age like to get into Pokemon. And he had just gotten his own. Well, he didn't get his own, but he got a Switch Lite for that, and like I was very pleased with Let's Go Pikachu. It's a fun Pokemon game if you want a good entry into the series without like having to know like 1,000 different Pokemon. Like it's a good place to get started because it's the original 151. I mean,
you should.
It is my first RPG still, so like again, knowing that going in helps out a lot. But it's fun.
Okay. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is awesome. I think it's probably the best Smash Brothers game. I really like Melee a lot. But Ultimate has Final Fantasy VII in it, so that puts it over the top for me. And that's a game I played a gazillion hours of with the family. Although BreakmanX hates Smash Brothers. It's like too much going on the screen. She can't stand that. But yeah, I think Smash Bros. Ultimate's pretty great.
Smash Ultimate's great just because it's got Pac-Man, Bayonetta, it's got
Cloud,
Ken and Ryu, and yep, it's got Ryu. It's got Cloud. He's an assist, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's in it.
But Snake, just all the cameo characters in it are just awesome.
Yeah,
and so it is.
It's a true video game history walk through.
Yeah, it is. It is in a way. Yep.
So, yeah, I want a new Punch Out. That's what I want.
That would be awesome.
I like the one for the Wii.
Love to get a new one. Yeah, the Wii one's really fun. It's still, I may have mentioned this before, but it still amazes me. The guys that, if you ever watch Awesome Games Done Quick, there's a guy that does Super Punch Out blindfolded, makes it through the entire run of the game blindfolded, just goes off sound. It is fascinating. I highly recommend you watch that. Just look up Awesome Games Done Quick, AGDQ, Super Punch Out. It is mystifying.
Awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, I love the Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It's one of my favorite NES games. It's actually my favorite in the series. New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Even though I don't like the new series that much, this one we're talking about the deluxe one, but on Wii U, I got that right away and I played through it with my niece. And actually we all played it. All my sister's kids and me, and we all played it together and beat it together. So I have good memories of that one. Even though it's, probably not a great game, but I have good memories with it.
Yeah, I had problems with multiplayer on that one just because everybody's just clashing and bumping into each other and just turned into chaos.
It was chaotic. Somehow it worked okay, and I don't know why, but Yoshi's Crafted World, I didn't play it.
Yeah.
Super Mario Maker 2 was everything Super Mario Maker 1 was, but way better. And you could have Link.
And with the continued discoverability problems.
Yes. It'd be nice if they did a collection of the best levels.
That would be really cool. I wish, do a Super Mario Maker 3 and curate. Just have somebody that's just there, just get volunteers. Just have somebody curate it, right? That's what they need.
Definitely. Fire Emblem Three Houses, Tetris 99. This is cool.
Tetris 99. So it's Tetris against 99 other people competitively. It's great. It's still great. They're still doing it. It's awesome if you've got the Nintendo Switch Online or Nintendo Switch 2 Online. It's that alone is worth the $10 a month or $15 a month for the basic package. It's Tetris and it's competitive and it's right up my alley. So I think it's awesome. They do tournaments I think they still do tournaments once a month. In fact, they're doing a Donkey Kong Bonanza themed one this month. So
cool.
Should be awesome.
I should check that out. I played it way back when. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake. Again, I need to play more of this, but what I have played, I've loved. I think it's one of the better remakes.
I mean, it is the only Twin Peaks and Zelda mashup you're ever gonna get, and I'm extremely here for it. It's by far my favorite. Well, okay, I can't say that, but it's one of my favorite Zelda games.
It is awesome. Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah. So I like working out. I like staying halfway in shape. When Ring Fit Adventure came out, that was something I was like, okay, this would be fun. I can do some yoga stuff and stuff like that. And then I got that thing home, and that stupid ring gave me fits for I stuck with it for 60 days, and it's a really decent workout depending on how much you are going to do of it. But it definitely is not a substitute for working out, but I would say it's a good way to get started, and it gives you a narrative to kind of push you along and keep you going to the point where if you make it through that entire game, you probably will have some sort of notion to look at, either working out or staying fit or something like that a little bit beyond just what you're kind of doing in the game. I thought it was a cool little idea, and I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it, so there's something for that.
I love the idea of that, but for me, exercising, I just want to I have a routine, and I don't want to mess with it. I just want to do like the things that I do and get out. I don't need like a story. I don't want anyone around me.
Yep. No,
So yeah,
I get it.
That's me. That's me. Luigi's Mansion 3. This is probably the best looking game on the Switch. I think it like looks amazing. That was one that I didn't. I played it, but I watched most of it. BreakmanX played it all the way through, and that was one that you could watch, and it was really fun to watch the different puzzles and things like that. Jess, I know you liked it too.
So Luigi's Mansion is one of my favorite, like, top 3 Nintendo games, like, of all time.
That's awesome.
And I thought, because it was just so right up my alley. I've always liked Luigi more than Mario, and I can't tell you why, but I always just, from the get-go, was like, I like the green one. And then you threw ghosts in, and I was like, okay, this is like 90% of my personality. This is amazing. So I thought that 3 was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. It looked so amazing. I loved that it was set at like a hotel. I loved like the story that they've crafted. I think 1 is still my favorite. 2 is 2. I still love it because it's Luigi's Mansion, but it's not the best game. But 3 was so much better than I had dared to hope that it would be.
First one's my favorite too, still.
3 had Luigi. I think that puts it above all the other ones just by default. Just for that.
You know what?
Alone.
I respect that.
I like the Luigi love though. I used to always, even in the original Super Mario Brothers, I always wanted to play as Luigi. So.
Yeah, I just always loved him. I don't know why. I think it's just because he's so like adorably inept in so many ways.
Yeah, Mario.
It's
so great. So great.
I love his like humming and stuff that he does in those games. I always thought that was so endearing. I remember when they announced Luigi's Mansion, and I was like, "Oh, come on!" It was another one of those that I was so wrong about. And then I was just like, "I'm gonna, Nintendo. This is kind of the big launch title for it. I'm gonna go along with it." And I played it, and I loved it. I played it start to finish. And it was on the GameCube too. It was one of the better looking games in the GameCube too.
Yeah.
And I love ghosts, so you had me with ghosts as well. So, awesome. Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is another Jess.
Yeah, again, not a whole lot to say specifics. I think for time and also just for succinctness, I'm gonna also loop in Scarlet and Violet with this as well, because those are the 2 more recent ones. I don't love the fact that they're like open world. Specifically in Scarlet and Violet, I know it's open world, and there's like they've broken up the plot, and you can kind of like complete it in whatever order you want, and like you can fight the gyms at like whatever order that you want. And I just am not the biggest fan of that. In general, I'm hard pressed to find a point for like an open world game that I'm like, I think it benefits from the fact that it's open world. I think a lot of times you just do it to prove that you can do it, and not because it like helps. And Pokemon is one of the games that I kind of don't want you reinventing the wheel too much. Like I personally do want to play the same game, just like a little bit different every time. And that's very much a me thing, and I totally get like people that
I'm like that with
disagree
things
with
too.
that.
I totally get that.
But it just doesn't work with me as much. I don't love it as much as I liked the like linear kind of nature of the earlier Pokemon games.
So same kind of feelings like Arceus and any like the new Z to A that's coming out here soon.
Yeah, and again, it's not that I hate them or that like I won't give them a try or that I don't think that they're good games. It's just I don't see it as an improvement necessarily. Also, I have a very like tiny little like nitpick thing as well that I feel like is happening more often, and I'm just personally really uncomfortable with in the Pokemon world, which is that I am noticing a huge uptick in the amount of Pokemon that are modeled after food. And I don't like the implications of it. like it just kind of makes me feel weird. Like there's one, it always cracks me up because he is adorable and like really goofy looking. But like I don't like to think about it too much. There's a Pokemon called Fido, and it's literally it's a little puppy, and it's made out of like bread. And on the one hand, I'm like, that's adorable, but on the other hand, the implications of that don't sit well with me. And like there's enough of the Pokemon, especially like, early Pokemon, that like it doesn't shy away from like getting dark at times, that I can't like keep my brain from going there. And so like that's just a tiny little personal nitpick of like I could do with less Pokemon made out of food, because I just don't like what it makes me think about.
Okay.
I hear you.
That's fair.
I know that that was one BreakmanX played for sure.
Let's see.
Missed Pokemon. We're gonna kind of lightning round the rest of these Pokemon. Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX.
Yeah. Did you play that one, Jess?
Not a whole lot. I did. Not a whole lot to say. In addition,
Gotcha.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Now, Animal Crossing New Horizons we talked about a little bit already, so
We skip that one then.
I think we should probably skip that one. Good Animal Crossing game, not great.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jack, why don't you talk about the Origami King?
Yeah, sure. I'll give a little honorable mention to Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Games, because that is the first one where you can like do the game share thing, which is pretty cool. My son got that, and we played a lot of checkers on the Switch after he got that, so that was really cool. But yeah, Paper Mario: The Origami King. It is Paper Mario, and it's got a really good story. It's like the first one they revived since that last disastrous one on the Wii U. It's really great. It's got a good story. It's got some really clever, paper gags, if you will, and paper things, and the combat's pretty fun. It's probably it's the last Paper Mario I finished since Thousand Year Door. So like that's saying quite a bit. I really enjoyed that one. I think the next one we've got on the list. I'll wait for Break to get back. But Super Mario 3D All Stars is another one that is. It's not technically a new game by any stretch of the imagination, because it is just Mario 64, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy all in one bundle. It's great. It's, there's not much to say about it other than, it's three really good, or two fantastic Mario games and one good one.
They did a really nice job with it. I mean, I was disappointed with the Mario 64 one for a few reasons, but I won't get into the nitpicks. The Sunshine one's pretty cool, but it's 30 frames per second. Don't get that. The Galaxy one, though, is really well done.
Yeah.
Of those three, I think they really did a good job with that one.
I would love to see them do a Galaxy 2 re-release at some point, because if the engine's running, they can do it.
Yes.
But we did skip over one of yours. Actually, no, we didn't. That was, sorry.
You got into it.
Yeah. Yep.
Jack had to cover for me. I had to go to the bathroom. Thank you, Jack.
No worries. Yeah.
Too much coffee. Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, so what happens when you mix The Legend of Zelda with Crypt of the Necrodancer? You get Cadence of Hyrule. Probably my favorite offshoot Zelda game of all of them. It's Crypt of the Necrodancer mechanics with The Legend of Zelda. So it's all Zelda music, including some new remixes and stuff like that. Hopping around Hyrule, hopping around dungeons. It's not a very long game. I mean, I think you can beat it in probably, 8-10 hours, but it's great. If you love Zelda music, which I do, and you love Crypt of the Necrodancer, which I also do, it was kind of a no-brainer. And I was really, really ecstatic when I saw Nintendo kind of taking a chance and giving the Zelda franchise to the Necrodancer folks, because you really don't see them take a whole bunch of huge swings with Zelda on like little things like that. So it's really cool to see.
I agree. I'm gonna hit the chat up here real quick. We got a couple. Great Mushi rearrange, maybe Moss player. Johnny Graphics. Food type Pokemon. I was going back to just. And then Sketches of Ichi again. Pokemon modeled after food. I mean, there were cow Pokemon before. Yes, cows are food. And oysters. Yep. And oysters.
Oh yeah, no, there's implications. Like you see it, like especially if you watch the TV shows, like they eat the Pokemon. But it's harder to ignore that fact when the Pokemon are food.
All right, let's keep rolling here. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I'll just do that one quick. I thought it was pretty good. That was pretty good on Wii U. That was pretty good on Switch. Super Mario 3D World. I love Super Mario 3D World. That was one that's so much fun to play in multiplayer with the kids.
Bowser's Fury was even better too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Bowser's Fury was great. So great addition there. One of my favorite Mario games, actually, probably. We're gonna keep going. Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword HD. And just because not a Skyward Sword again, the first Zelda game that I just really wasn't into, and then the motion controls. I mean, it looks better, and there's some like improvements and things over the original, but I just do not like the fighting mechanics. It just totally ruins it for me.
Yeah,
totally. The story's cool, but WarioWare, get it together, Jack.
Yeah, WarioWare, get it together. Just another great WarioWare game. Some really cool things that use the Switch. It's kind of got a multiplayer component too, which was interesting. Just another good, solid WarioWare game.
Sure, we got another one from Johnny Graphics here. I just feel like all Pokemon after the original 150 are low-key fake. I guess I'm an elitist in that way. What do we think, Pokemon fans? I can't comment because I just don't like Pokemon.
I can't go with that. I do get like there is definitely a special place in my heart for the original 151, but like you gotta you gotta give it to them for coming up with something new each time they come up with a new region. So, but at the same time, like they've done some pretty clever stuff. Maybe not all like 100 or so they release on each one are awesome, but they've got like a good solid mix out there each time.
Jess?
Oh yeah, no. I have that feeling. Mine goes a bit past 151. I like get a little bit further before I start to kind of have that feeling. But I also have the thing of like, there's also some weird Pokemon in the originals. Like you just feel nostalgic about it. So I try to tamper that. But I do get the knee-jerk reaction as well.
Embrace the nostalgia. Embrace it. It's so good. Member berries. Metroid Dread, I liked it a lot, but I do like Samus Returns better. I think Dread is a really great game. I'm not a huge fan of the gimmick that's in it. I could have done without it. There's also so many Metroidvania games. I didn't quite get the Metroid feeling as much out of that one, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land I think is a great game. I'm excited to replay that on. That's my favorite for Kirby game, actually, probably.
I'm super excited for the extra DLC that's coming soon.
Yeah,
this should be pretty cool.
And the Switch 2, like the upgrade stuff too with it. Nintendo Switch Sports. This is one Girl X loves. She loves Nintendo Switch Sports. We have played that game so much, all of the different ones online constantly. So just the fact, dad and daughter playing a game for hours and hours on end. I love that one due to that. Splatoon 3, I'll give this one to you, Bertano.
It's another Splatoon game. It's great. They got a good single player story. Yeah, I have not much more to say there that hasn't already been said.
Metroid Prime Remastered, I think, is the best remaster of any game of all time. I agree with Try on that when he was saying that. That was second show.
It's solid.
I just think they did such a good job of preserving all the original stuff and basically just upgraded the graphics. It runs great on the Switch. I love the original Metroid Prime is excellent. Really captures it. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. I mean, it's Advanced Wars 1 and 2, which is awesome. So, and it looks a little bit nicer. So that was a lot of fun to play.
Yep.
Everybody 1-2 switch.
No, I think this is arguably the worst game on this entire list. I don't know how many of you actually went and played that thing, but it is god awful. And I cannot believe Nintendo put their name on it and just didn't shelve this thing to spare them the embarrassment.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder, great. My favorite 2D Mario game since Yoshi's Island, I think. Still some things about it. I don't like the gimmicky extra cap things and stuff to make the levels. I could have done without that and a little bit of the randomness, but great. I'm not going to complain too much about it. And I absolutely love how they basically did the art from the manuals of the NES games for the graphics. That is freaking awesome. Yeah. Great game. Move It.
Yep, another WarioWare game. Like I said, anytime you see WarioWare, just take that as a recommendation from me that it's going to be great, unless it's the GameCube one. Don't play the GameCube
what the heck's up with that one?
They basically just made the GBA one and added multiplayer to it, which was fine if I hadn't played the GBA one, but the multiplayer didn't really add anything to it.
Super Mario RPG Remake. I think they did a really good job with that. Super Mario RPG is such a great game, and it's such a faithful remake. That's one they really could have screwed. What a surprise that was. They're going to do that.
Can I tell you, I'm a little ashamed. I played through the entire... I didn't beat the game. I haven't beat it yet, but I played through the entire game to get to the point where I could just go fight Culex again, because I wanted to hear their Final Fantasy II Battle Music remake.
Were you pleased?
I'm very pleased. It was awesome. It was what I was hoping for.
Cool. Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Yeah, so it's a remake of the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong. It's great puzzle game, really fun, looks great. Just solid fun game.
Awesome. Paper Mario the Thousand Year. This is Jess's. Sorry, you say the title. I said it poorly.
Yes, the 1,000-Year Door is probably the game that I have wanted a remake of the most, ever in my life, and it did not disappoint. It is probably, and I will maybe regret saying this, but it is probably my favorite Mario game of all time. I just am so in love. I'm so in love with the art style. Goombella is one of my favorite characters of all time. I think it's so much fun, and I'm so glad that they made the remake and that it was as amazing as it was. Yeah,
seconded. Do you like 1,000-Year Door is my favorite Paper Mario game.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I haven't played the remake yet, though. Is the remake better than the original?
I'd say it's just the same. They didn't really change much mechanics wise, or it just looks a lot better.
Yep.
That original was pretty awesome. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Yes.
Yeah. Solid remake. It still has all of the problems that Luigi's Mansion 2 has. But I would say if you like Luigi's Mansion, it's still worth giving a try, but don't expect it to be as amazing as 1 or 3.
NES Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. I really like this. It reminded me of NES Remix a little bit on the Wii, but I really liked this. It was a lot of fun. The only thing I don't like is that I have, over the last many years, have a pretty awesome NES setup with the the RetroTink stuff, and then the OSSC before that. That playing NES games on that is kind of a letdown because there's a little bit of lag, and it's not kind of the best presentation of the games. However, I love the idea of it, and I love the challenges within. So I like it.
One thing I was really disappointed with how the multiplayer works, because it's just you hand off the controller and somebody plays it. I was really looking for something where honestly hey, let's split the screen up 4 different ways and everybody does it at the same time. I really think cool. That would have been the way to do that game. And no online leaderboards, no sharing times with your friends through the game. There were a lot of missed opportunities with that. I hope if they do a Super Nintendo version at some point, they fix that. But
F-Zero. I mean, they already have the 99 or whatever, but I would love a SNES version with that in it. Yeah, there's a lot they could do there. A lot they could do. Donkey Kong Bonanza, recent release. We're onto the Switch 2. Holy moly!
Oh yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like I said, haven't finished it yet, but it's amazing. It constantly makes me feel like I'm the smartest person in the world for trying to figure out another way to like break my way around puzzles, and then just it's like, hey, I bet they didn't think I could do this, and then like you go back through and like, oh no, they totally thought people were going to do this. That's why they made it that way.
Nice. Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour. Again, this should have been free, but it is kind of nice to learn about the Switch. Like it's not terrible. It just should have been free. Mario Kart World, we've talked about it a lot. Won't talk about it anymore. I love Mario Kart World. I play it a lot. Oh, that was fast.
Did we make it through 10 years of Nintendo games?
We did. And
wow.
One thing I just like, I feel like, as we mentioned earlier, that this list is, the quality's gone up as we've gone. And I think we're in for a really good period of Nintendo games if Bonanza and World are any indication of what we're going to get for the Switch 2. Yeah. I think all pistons are firing. They've kind of fully transitioned into the Switch era and having only one console and not splitting them up, and really figured things out. And I think we're going to get some pretty awesome games going forward. Ocarina of Time remake.
We'll see.
I don't know. Aonuma hasn't denied it. He usually says like no, but he just says no comment. So
we'll see. I like I said, we didn't get to it last week, but one of my low key like unpopular opinions is Ocarina of Time is not anywhere close to the best Zelda game. I just never felt it.
I love Ocarina of Time. You know what's funny is GoldenEye is one of my disappointments.
Yeah, man. I get it.
I really hate that though, because I wish it wasn't. But honestly, one of the reasons I want the remake is just to hear really high quality versions of that music.
Yeah, that's a good point. A very good point.
Because there's some really good music there. But all right, we have to head. We went longer. We went. Jack.
Yes.
What would you like to say?
Oh boy. Let's see. Just want to say happy trails to my wisdom teeth, since they'll be leaving my body on Friday. So like I said, I might,
had a good run.
if I feel really ridiculous, maybe I will live stream a little bit of me just watching some Tekken matches while I'm on powerful painkillers, but we'll see how I feel. I may not be in any. I probably won't want to talk. I'll probably just be chatting, honestly. So it'll probably just be in Discord. So join our Discord and listen to all, and just watch all my ridiculousness as I try to type.
Yes. And Jess.
Yeah, I don't think I have a whole lot to say. Best of luck to you, Jack, with your wisdom teeth. I'll be thinking about you. And now I kind of want to just go play Pokemon. So we'll see.
That's good.
I got one last thing. If you guys didn't see it, Nintendo released Mario Paint on the Virtual Console on the Switch 2 yesterday. So mouse controls and it's Mario Paint.
I had so many hours in the SNES version of that game. And the fly click game, I love the fly click game. That's like my favorite part of it. But yeah, I'm excited to install my blue retro laser bear thing into the GameCube. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to be playing a lot of Bonanza this week. So I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you for listening to the game show, and we'll see you same time next week.